NIL isn't the only deals going on, Kaleb.
No, they're not, and I'm glad that you said that because ESPN is out here swinging it, as is Paramount. We'll start with the Paramount one because it's easy. They went and they paid how much for the rights to UFC from ESPN?
So ESPN, so UFC, the Paramount one for UFC, we'll talk about that one because the NFL one's pretty huge. UFC landed a 7-year, $7.7 billion rights.
After just paying $1.5 billion to South Park.
Yeah. With Paramount for exclusive streaming rights to all UFC events, and it also starting next year. So this is the last year of pay-per-view, essentially for UFC. Everything else is going to be simulcasted on CBS. Like and Dana White even said it's literally everything that UFC has ever put out. You will see on Paramount. If they had a show back in the day that you missed out on, if they have like the 100 greatest fights, they got it. Like it's everything of the UFC. And it's no more pay-per-view model no more. That's gone. And Dana cashed out.
Yeah, and I think this works out for a lot of people because the UFC was so expensive.
Yeah.
And now everybody can see it because everybody has Paramount. Everybody has it. Everybody has Paramount, everybody has Peacock, everybody has Netflix, Hulu, Disney, they have it.
And the best part about this too, bar scene wise, if people go out to drink and go out to go see a pay-per-view match, you now don't have to pay a cover charge.
Nope.
Like I think I low-key still think that they're gonna do that because a bar is gonna want money. But like
it's gonna be your attendance fee because it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be so packed there's no seats, you gotta come in and pay. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, but now that's what they'll change it to, but hopefully they don't. But now you don't have to.
Some places will, some places won't. Just do your research.
But at the same time, that's what's essentially eliminating, like the pay-per-view model. Like that's the trickle-down effect that's going to have, and like these numbers are insane. And I know that you have the WWE also signed with ESPN.
Yes, and so ESPN goes and gets their lick back. They lost the UFC. They go and they get the WWE. Coming off, this news came just before their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, SummerSlam. They went and they signed a, how much was that deal? Stand by. Give me the number, a-hole. There's no raw number. Where's the raw number? God damn it. Well, the NFL number. They acquired the NFL. They got...
ESPN's been cooking, my man. Like, I think they are seeing the trend downs on a lot of things. Like ESPN, for the majority, like the last 10 years,
$1.6 billion the WWE got for ESPN, and they're going to cover all their premium live events. So, like WWE Raw and SmackDown, the two weekly shows are not going to be on ESPN. But the premium live events will. So your WrestleManias, your SummerSlams, your Royal Rumbles, all going to be on ESPN on their new streaming service, ESPN Premium, I believe they're calling it. And that costs $30 a month.
Okay. So
more than I'm going to be willing to pay. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. The thing is about all this stuff, especially like with ESPN, because what I was going to talk about is like, I'm assuming like for majority of your life, ESPN was not that good. Like it's not what it was
early on. It fell apart in 2014, 15. Like everybody,
so like the story goes. Like the last 10 years, ESPN was not ESPN anymore.
Nope.
Like it was just like there's no more highlights like that. It's no more
Center blows. Like
and the thing is that when it comes into like the sports media atmosphere and stuff like that, like you have to understand that if a commercial is being run, that means it is being paid for. And that means certain people want to run a certain agenda about certain topics and stuff like that. And that's unfortunately ESPN sold its soul in the 2010s. Like I do think that it became a lot more hit pieces that way. Like you didn't see any more like, what was it with Brian Gumbel, like Real Sports with Brian Gumbel? You didn't see that level of reporting anymore. Like the sports reporters are gone from ESPN. Like you used to be able to have good sports and like good sports reporting, not just analysts, but like when like Around the Horn, that was like a legitimate sports
Just
writers
got canceled. Yeah.
Like exactly, because the thing is that they are following, too many people followed the model of what old ESPN was when they saw Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith argue. They thought that that's what the whole sports media landscape is going to be, like that. And the unfortunate part is, like, it's a copycat league in every form, whether it's in sports, whether it's in media. And unfortunately, I think that really ruined ESPN. I think that too many people try to be First Take all the time. And First Take was only First Take once. And that was fine. I wanted to see the other shows on ESPN. And now I think like the addition of Pat McAfee has been a really good one for them. The fact that they are now getting all these exclusive things as well with them, like the fact that they're getting the WWE, they're getting more content now. Like now at ESPN is what, like Sunday Night Baseball. Like I don't watch Sunday Night Baseball.
Well, like, Saturday Night Baseball is Apple TV.
No, Friday Night Baseball is on Apple TV, I believe. Yeah, and then Sunday night is like still on ESPN. I mean, godly, like, what was it? Ever since John Gruden left Monday Night Football, that's also been it's almost been like a Thursday night football game.
They finally got it back with Aikman and Buck, who are at least professionals.
So, and then speaking of the NFL, like we were alluding to, and this is per year. I do not know how long this is, but ESPN locked up NFL Red Zone, the NFL the NFL Network. Super Bowl is going to come to ESPN in 2027 and 2031. $2.7 billion a year. Like, that's insane.
And let's make this clear. ESPN, or no, is it the NFL? The NFL or the ESPN? NFL bought 10% of ESPN, right? That was part of that deal.
Yeah, they got equity in that.
If I was CBS, NBC, who is there another one? Fox. I would be really considering putting in an antitrust lawsuit.
Yeah, like you're kind of almost monopolizing it. Like you're kind of rigging the system because, like, granted, like, listen, let's say ESPN sold its soul and said we're only going to be NFL ESPN for the rest of our lives. We are not going to play. We get every game. And guess what? CBS, NBC, and Fox, y'all can get college football. Y'all can get basketball, golf, all that. But we got NFL. I'll tell you this. Every one of those networks would trade its soul to get a single game of NFL.
NFL king.
Oh, the fact that in preseason, Shedeur Sanders playing a preseason game against, the Panthers? People, this is Cleveland Browns playing against the Panthers. And we're not talking Cam Newton Panthers. We're talking really bad Panthers. And they broke a lot. It was the highest watched preseason game since like 2014.
When Johnny Manziel was a rookie for Cleveland.
Exactly. Like, that's how.
And Johnny Manziel is like 3 times the college athlete that Shedeur Sanders was.
Yeah, one of them won a Heisman. The other got their number retired.
For nothing.
So, yeah, but in all jokes aside, like, that's how big the NFL is. And also, when these deals happen, that means cap goes up. So the big plus, and ironically speaking about the Browns, like, now that cap hit with the Deshaun Watson deal ain't too bad with all these deals going through.
Is that almost over for them? Is it almost over?
Almost over. We're almost out of the Deshaun Watson era, and for them, and I'm sure the Browns would love to get out of that. That was probably that, and Albert Hainsworth are probably some of the worst deals I've ever seen in my life.
Where are we at with that contract? We got next year, and then that's it.
There we go. Cleveland, there you go. We're up. Well, nothing but up.
That cap hit in the last year, though, $80 million.
Yeah, because they kept negotiating to, like, hey, let's play this game of kick the can down the road.
$80 million next year.
But at the same time, like, they banked on the, what was it? They banked on the obviously going up, like the free agency and all that, like the money going up. So, and it did work out. Like, there's no way that they're not going to see like $2.7 billion a year. Like, that's insane. And then the TV deals too with NBC, Fox, and CBS. Like those are all going to go up as well too. So it's a great place to be in the NFL because you're going to get paid. Like we've seen these contracts. Like now, like we are not too far away from seeing a $1 billion player within our lifetime.
I
It's
thought
going to
Patrick
be
Mahomes was going to be it.
no. It would you got to give it like 2 more generations. Like you would have to give it like the next big one is going to be like 750 million, like a $750 million quarterback. Like that's going to be insane. And then you get your first billionaire one. Like Arch Manning maybe be the one that you see getting to like almost a bill if everything pans out with him. Like all he has to do is like go win a Super Bowl his like rookie year and it's a wrap. You know he's going to be
that
touching
extension is going to be 750. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, like we already what was it? We almost saw it in baseball, right? With Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
And then basketball wise, Luka was like dang near close to that. If he would have stayed with the Mavericks, he would have really gotten close.
Yeah, they fucked him out of that Supermax.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like it was going to be.
Devin Booker's getting like 75 a year.
Yeah, he's the highest paid per year, I believe.
And 220. He's getting 64 this year and 69 next year.
Yeah,
and
he's the average highest paid per year. Yeah. So, I mean, it's literally just around the corner that we are going to see billionaire like athletes
for playing football without the endorsements, without.
Mm-hmm. Like it's all you but it, I don't know sometimes if the money translates to the product on the field, but at the end of the day, like you're getting paid that much. It's going to be a good product on the field. Does bad deals happen? But I think bad deals happen to a lot of mid players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think like the Albert Hainsworths, the like Amani Greens when he came to the Texans, like, or with Deshaun Watson, like those are like crazy. Like in the sense of like they don't tend to happen more oftentimes than not. But I do think that like we are like most big paid players are getting paid because they play quarterback and they play quarterback good and they have always played quarterback good. There's never been a chance that I've seen an extension be like, golly, they pay him that much money.
Yeah.
Because even with good quarterbacks, like look at Sam Darnold. It's a team friendly contract. Like with the Seahawks, same with Geno Smith. Like they are mid
deal. Yep.
Yeah, they're but like so you're never gonna see. So sometimes the money doesn't like really indicate like, and that's also the same thing what I said about the NIL. Like, I think the more money you spend, the more likely you're probably going to win. Like you have increased your chances of winning. Where I think, and funny enough, in basketball, that's the opposite. At times, I mean, ask the Suns. They spend all that money on like, and all that capital.
It's called Explicitly Unbiased, Gerardo. Don't get me on a rant.
Yes, but I mean, like, exactly. Like, I just think that it's funny how in football wise, I think like literally if you spend more money, you win. Like it is like a cheat
baseball
code.
Too.
Yeah. Same thing with baseball too. If you have a big payroll budget, more oftentimes than not, you're going to win. And I think in the NFL wise, I don't know if that's going to be a detriment compared to the NIL. I do not know that yet.
Yeah. When we talk about teams spending money, and we've gone away from the leagues and media spending money. We kind of blew past that conversation. But you mentioned the Phoenix Suns and spending money, not necessarily translating. Not quite sure how this all fits into what we're talking about, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway because I think it could be clippable. It could be.
Yeah.
I have a couple of rules when it comes to being an owner in sports, being a successful sports team. You can be cheap and smart. You can be dumb and reckless and spend a bunch of money. You can't be cheap and dumb. Mm-hmm. I think you can be dumb and not frugal. Just spend
dumb and rich. You can be dumb and rich.
You can be dumb and rich. You cannot be cheap and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The Tampa Bay Rays, as an example, they're cheap and they're smart. They really keep it low maintenance. They really develop their talent, and they never really go above that cap. And every now and then you see them rip 100 win seasons like that, no problem. The Phoenix Suns, not to cross sports, the Phoenix Suns, I'm okay with them being dumb because they spend and they try. I'd rather that as a fan of a sports team than to throw an example out there. No
Like
pay per
letting their
view.
players walk. Like letting their players walk when you had the money, essentially. Like that would have been dumb. Like it's like
And
you're
you know
trying
who
to.
does that all the time?
Who would that be?
The one of the most popular baseball franchises, the Boston Red Sox. They do that.
Yeah.
So that's like my rule on sports. Like as a sports owner, you have to spend if you're not smart.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be cheap if you're not smart.
And yeah, and you know what? I 100% agree on that. Like, tell me what side of the fence we're going to be on. Are we overpaying players and at least trying, or are we? Hey, we
I'd
don't got
rather
that
be an overpayer than an underpayer most of the time.
Also, because guess what? You only in the NFL wise, you only overpay for 1 year. The next year, you're cheap. You like, and I always tell people this: if you sign your quarterback early, he is going to be cheaper because it's literally a domino effect. If you sign your like the Derek Carr deal way back in the day when he got that $100 million deal right before Matthew Stafford signed his, everybody was like, "This is way too much money," and I'm like, "Man, he's going to be dirt cheap compared to like any of the future quarterbacks."
When Jimmy G signed his, I mean, he was making 27 a year, and that was pretty average by the time 2020 came around. And obviously, that deal didn't age well because he was getting hurt all the time. But for his production when he was healthy, $27 million wasn't bad.
Yeah. And then, like, I think going back to your thing, so now we're going with ESPN and Paramount. They've clearly tried to be smart and cheap earlier because all the layoffs they were doing and whatnot, especially on the ESPN side of things. So now they're being dumb and they're being dumb and rich. They gave Pat McAfee all that money, and like it's a great content show. Like you're not, how do I say this? And I mean this in the nicest way possible. Like, when Around the Horn was very smart. It was cheap. It wasn't like you had to do all these, in the sense like you didn't have to set up a whole studio for Tony Reali. You already had one. You're just bringing in, hey, get on a webcam and just do this game show, right? And it's also not notable people in the sense like they weren't people who were always ready on the camera like that. They were just sports writers, sports journalism. So that was being smart, but like you were being smart and cheap. Now, like with Pat McAfee, it's just content. It's
throw
like,
money.
Hey, throw money at him. Who cares? Like, tell him how much are you wanting to do? Well, I won't do your show unless it's $200 million a year. Done. Got it. Cool. Here you go. Have fun. So and I think that that's what ESPN is doing right now, and I love it. I think that they needed this brand refresh big time because they were too busy trying to be very smart for so long. And I think that what's made ESPN not relatable is ESPN. I wasn't going to ESPN to get smarter. I was going to ESPN to see highlights. But they did have that smart area, sure. But like I just think that like at the times when I watch First Take, I'm watching people flex their vocabulary more than giving me an actual good sports analysis. And I'm just like, what? Like, based on, plus win ratio and how the wind feels, like Josh Allen tends to throw 50% better than he does in a open air stadium. And I'm just like, what? Just tell me who you think's going to win, my man. Like, I don't need these because I think they got too insider baseball. Like baseball has so many stats, right? Like winning with runners in percentage plus minus if the player plays on the field, or if a center field plays right field, he has a better win plus percentage or something like that. Like I think football got way into that, way too much. And I think that that's what became like players, like all these analysts have gone, they're flexing these stats. Like, hey, let me tell you that, did you know that Anthony Richardson is undefeated if he throws at least an 80-yard touchdown every game that he's thrown one? And then it's like, oh, wow. Like, because you hear that on paper and you're thinking, I'm going to take the Colts over the Chiefs this week because he can throw a ball far. And then all of a sudden it's like the real stat line is like Anthony Richardson never throws an 80-yard touchdown. He only did it one time. Like that's what I think ESPN was too busy being smart and not too busy being good. And I think now it's just, hey, we just need some great content to be on the air. And it's the NFL. And it's also, they are not ESPN-fying it either. Like, that's the one thing that I think I would have had a worry is like, I hope they don't change nothing about Red Zone. I hope they don't change nothing about the NFL Network, because I think they are clearly successful, like on its own entity. And I just think that, hey, you can now watch this platform on ESPN. And I'm really hoping that it is just that.
Yeah.